In religion we are taught to submit completely to the will of God, but it appears that at times of great difficulty, when one prays to God, the prayer is not accepted, and it seems that there's no issue to the problem. Now, it was a very long question. Excuse me, Huzur, I'll ask the last portion again. C'était quoi la dernière portion de la question?
Qu'est-ce qui caractérise exactement la volonté totale à la soumission de Dieu?
Oui. So, what should we do to find an issue to this problem, and what characterizes submission to God in this particular circumstance?
You see, there are two different issues that should be treated separately first. If you submit to somebody who is all-powerful, what else can you do? He's all-powerful. So you have to submit to him either way. Perforce you have to submit to him, or willingly you have to submit to him. What Islam requires is do it willingly, so that you can earn his pleasure as well. If you do not do it willingly, you are forced anyway, and then you will lose his pleasure. So your life pattern will not change either way. So it is the wisest thing. If you have to be exactly the same, behave exactly the same way, why not earn an extra, benefit of Allah's pleasure? As far as your prayers are concerned, you beg him, you do not order him. And beggars are never choosers. So he may or he may not accept your prayers. But if you submit to him with perfect willingness and option, then you will see that he listens to your prayer more often than he listens to the prayers of other persons. And with the result that to the extent of your submission, your prayers are heard not only more often but also in more difficult situations where there seems to be no other solution for a problem, and suddenly God makes it clear to you that this is what I have done. So in this way, both issues must be interlinked with each other. And if the prayers are not heard sometimes, they're not heard because they're not good for you. You're just a child, no more, as compared to the wisdom of Allah. Like a small child sometimes insists that he should be permitted to put his hand into the fire. But a wise woman would never accept it. And an observer may conclude it's a very cruel mother. The child is crying himself almost till death. And that's the sort of saying. The child is crying himself to this state of misery, and the mother doesn't listen. So why should Allah listen to you when a thing ultimately is bad for you? Sometimes you think the prayer is rejected, but it is not rejected. In essence, it is accepted.
Sa Sainteté le Calife.
In the same way, when the child is, after all, is calmed down, the mother gives him something else to please him, and hugs him and cuddles him and loves him the more for apparent cruelty she had exercised. So the same happens in the case of God.